Oh, why you been talking with mad low end in your voice lately, bro?
Hella low end. Put a filter on that, bro.
Yo,
put a low pass.
And he pulled the SpongeBob. I'm sure you will.
Yo, put a filter on that.
Put a pop filter on that.
Yo, bro, come on.
He said, "Yo, apply a low cut filter. Take like 500 hertz.
You tired of your engineers all up in your takes, yelling through your takes. Oh, yo, you gotta wrap it up. Come to HMD.
That's a fact. First of all, that's mad rude for somebody to say, yo, you got to wrap it up. First of all, shout out to the artists that actually give their engineer in their studio time at least 15 minutes to bounce your track.
And shout out to all the artists that bring all their friends, forget they have a session, and then speed through the record in like 3 takes, and then be rushing for a bounce at 8:03 when your session ended at 8.
Shout out to the artists that don't have much money, but you come to the studio and write the rap there.
Shout out to all the studios that have the shutdown system that turn all that shit off.
Shout out to HMD because we have that button.
Yes, sir.
Where basically you plug it in and I can shut the whole studio down from one button.
Mid-take.
So if you mid-recording, I don't know if we lost that take, my brother. That's true. Sorry to say that.
Shout out to all the studios that don't have backups and just send WeTransfers out.
No studio has backups.
Exactly.
That's a shot.
So shout out to all the studios that send out just WeTransfers and then lose your session.
You got to stop doing WeTransfer.
No, absolutely not.
You gotta
stop doing WeTransfer.
Yo, that's like introducing me to crack and saying stop. You gotta give me an alternative first.
Dropbox.
No.
Dropbox.
Dropbox is not the same.
Every setting we've been to, what have they been using? Professionals.
That's nice. Who said I want to be professional? I use FL Studio.
Why you shitting on your dog?
I didn't shit on it.
Yo,
you did.
No.
You said you said why do I want to be professional? I use FL Studio.
Meaning I like convenience. I like an efficient workflow.
And non-professionalism?
I never said non-professional. I said I like convenience, an efficient workflow, and convenience is really the biggest thing, honestly.
But
it gets the job done, and it's at a great. Nobody could do it like us. Dropbox. You see, I'm trying to say this. Dropbox.
He killed himself.
You got to sign in every time you use Dropbox. You don't need to do that.
I don't have to sign in every time I use Dropbox. That's cap. Courtney been signing in my Dropbox for 3 years, and I've been meaning to fight him about it. Because sometimes I see him upload, I'm like, what is this?
I'm saying
Courtney be using my Dropbox.
If you want to send a WeTransfer on a different computer, you ain't got to sign in.
You know why I hate you WeTransfer people?
Why?
Because every time I want to go back to like, oh, let me go download that, it's gone.
That's why this episode is sponsored by WeTransfer Premium.
It's not.
Where you can go up to 1 year.
It's not.
That's what I'm about to say.
Nah, who sent us that? Oh, shout out to AJ Hall. He said he's blessed us with a kit. And it said, yo, this transfer expires in 12 months. I said, oh, he got that WeTransfer Pro.
Oh, WeTransfer Pro, so they got a 12-month
they got 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months.
I've been told you about that.
Just get Dropbox, y'all.
No.
Just get Dropbox. Why y'all
WeTransfer Pro, $3.
And WeTransfer
Y'all nasty, and that's how I know. See, and y'all gonna get in trouble one day. Because some of you gonna send some beats to some artists or something.
I tried using Dropbox,
and guess what I can still do? I can still send up to 2 terabytes at high speed like internet.
But you could just Dropbox. It's not about just put it on Dropbox and then it stays there forever.
Too long. After 5 gigabytes, Dropbox be like,
yeah,
that's bullshit. Y'all need to. Where you live, Mount Vernon? You need to just fix your fucking internet.
He said, get out the boonies.
I do my Dropbox, bro. I uploaded like when I gave engineers all of the footage and stuff. Dog, like that all uploaded with overnight, and that was like 100 gigs
overnight.
Nice.
It's 100 gigs over the internet.
WeTransfer would have done it in 30 seconds.
Pro Tools session right now, 30 minutes.
First of all, if any of you have a 2 terabyte Pro Tools session, throw the entire song away.
Nah, it could be a whole album in one session. Imagine recording your whole album in one session.
2 terabyte one session. That's bro. You know how much? Do y'all know how much? Like how much? My entire catalog of music right now is 3 terabytes.
But that's MP3s
collection.
My entire life.
That's just
of
MP3s.
Of MP3s.
3 terabytes.
Yo, you ever had somebody send you stems and it's MP3 stems?
I'm not mixing.
I'm not either.
I'm
not mixing this. I'm like, yo, bro, send me waves. And they be like, what you mean? I'm like, oh.
I got a Jason Joshua story that I'm going to tell it. So long story short, I was working with an artist. I'm still working with this artist. But we got hit by the team and it was like, yo, let's send these to Jason Joshua. Right? To get this mixed. So we sent everything, but I guess he had a few jobs.
Yeah.
That he wasn't able to do.
Just a few.
A bunch of jobs, going bad, all of that. Which wasn't a problem. It was like, all right, we just needed the record done quicker. So I sent it to Devvon.
Yo, all right. No. I don't like the way you passed it off to me like I was some fucking, all right, send it to Devvon. Like, I guess. We know he's not doing anything.
If Curry is not open, are they going to pass it to Clay or not?
That was good cleanup. Good job. That was good cleanup.
So I tell you,
Cool.
Good
So,
cleanup.
Splash
I
Brothers.
sent it
I'm
to
still
Devvon.
whack though, but cool.
I sent it to Devvon, right?
I don't like how you saying that. Stop saying
And
it like
Devvon opened the session up and said, "What
Oh,
the fuck?" Did
I
just
saved you. Because if you sent that session
I
to
did.
Jason Joshua,
I did. I don't think he opened it.
he
though.
would have slit your
I don't
wrist.
think he opened it, and we transferred it to him. By the way,
You transferred it to Jason.
Yeah,
You got his email?
Yeah.
All right, don't
I
say
got his
that.
number on the low. I got
Enough.
Yo, beat that out. Beat that. Because Jason gonna watch this.
He
and
gonna be
say,
like, what? He gonna be like,
excuse me?
who is this? I would never. It's just funny. It was a joke. Ha ha ha. We're
Excuse
joking.
but comedy style.
But comedy style. What got me mad? Leaving's LJ sent me a session, dog. When I mean this was one of the worst sessions as a mix engineer
It
I've
wasn't
ever
my
gotten.
fault though. All right, hear me out.
It
First
was
of all,
all your
I'm
fault.
Yo, that was a funny.
First of all, I'm not a Pro Tools guy, right? I'm just a producer.
Excuse.
So I bounced the beat stems properly. You know there was no issue with the beat stems.
Okay.
Here was the issue.
It's gonna
here's
be
the
huge.
issue. You do not want me to pull up from 3. Do you want me to pull up from
Pull
3?
up from fucking half.
Okay, say the word.
So the issue wasn't the stems.
I recorded this song downstairs in this studio with one of your engineers.
Okay.
And it was him. He even said, I said, yo, bro, what's wrong with the
He was
session?
like,
He was
wait.
like, oh, you sent that for mixer. Wait, I gotta touch it. I was like, the song's done.
What?
Shout out to Buggy, bro.
Shout out my man Buggy. Wait.
Buggy- So Buggy, we talked about his way after. I was like, yo, he had such a hard time with it. Because remember, we double back for the remix to do the mix.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, there's something wrong with the session because he's tripping right now.
Me,
He's
I
like,
was mad.
yo, wait, you sent that for mixing? Wait, I gotta touch it. Yo, you know you can't just be sending people my sessions like that.
It's true. Because Buggy is an engineer that was working here. Shout out to him. He's in ATL now.
You know what it is? He's a Pro Tools user with the FL workflow.
He's Ableton, right?
Yes, he does.
Oh, he's
He's
an
an Ableton
workflow.
guy. Yeah, Ableton workflow.
So it's just dirty.
No, nah. It's just that the way he he got mad. Oh, the way Buggy sets up his sessions just made my balls itch. Like it just I hate opening up a Buggy session. I hate the way he has it. And you know what's funny? That's something funny with every engineer that uses Pro Tools or DAW. Like that's like me getting a peek into your house. And I hate Buggy's crib so much.
I hate
it. I love you
I
though,
hate
bro.
that everybody gets to see what crib, or not what crib I'm in, but whenever I send stems, everybody knows what area I live in.
For sure.
Of
For
the current
sure.
and the master.
And insert.
Yeah.
FL. Why y'all got so many different bounces? It'd be current, it'd be master. Like I hate getting FL stems because I know I have to cycle through and look for the duplicates. Like
FL is like, I'd say Sunset Boulevard. I think we're LA because it's like if
Y'all
you guys
love
would go
Sunset.
to a really bad part of LA or really like good.
no shade.
Oh, y'all Compton?
No shade. FL is Detroit.
Wow.
No.
Well, I guess it wasn't that much better than what
No.
I said either. So
FL is
It's Detroit.
They're
And I love
Savannah-
Detroit.
They're Compton.
FL is Savannah and Atlanta, Georgia. It's like it's some nice.
Y'all are
places.
not that elegant, bro.
Savannah is
Y'all are
crazy.
y'all are
Air?
like Pittsburgh.
Y'all are Bel Air?
Shout out Pittsburgh. Who? Bel Air?
Y'all like San Francisco.
We like San Francisco.
All right,
Yeah.
what is Ableton?
We're a Midwestern state.
For sure. But a nice Midwestern state. Like Texas.
Wyoming.
Like
Texas
Texas.
is a southern state.
Isn't Texas
Wyoming.
Midwest?
Texas.
It's technically southern.
It's
but
southeast?
It's mid, but it's south. It's
southwest.
considered the
southwest.
south.
It's
I'm
considered the
tripping out.
South.
Oh, I tripped.
Yo,
Consider
Edit.
the
what's
South.
your geography looking like?
Edit.
Yo, Dev.
Ah.
That was
Barcelona,
funny. Edit.
Portugal, and Brazil. How close are they together?
Yo, let me tell you something about geography. I can, if you name a state, I can tell you the capital. I was one of those kids. Like I knew all the capitals to all the states.
Why your legs up? He like history?
Because I'm going back to school. I'm like,
He's out sitting at the
I
desk.
remember all of those, but when it comes, I'm not gonna lie. Geography, listen, man, you gotta leave me alone on that one.
No, I'm with
Kick
you.
your
I know
ass.
New York.
Kick your
I
ass.
know New York State, and not even New York State. I know Long Island and New York City.
I'm good with the U.S. It's when we getting out. It's when we doing other. That face you said. I don't
said
know.
it.
Where's Oklahoma City?
Oh, yo, you named like one place. I
What
see
region? What region?
it. Yo, where's Oklahoma City? Oklahoma.
Yeah, where's Oklahoma? What region?
It's like above Texas. It is. Stop giving me that face. It's above Texas.
We got a fact checker.
It's above Texas. No, I know U.S. I know
Everything
US.
is above. New York is above Texas.
Cap.
technically.
You know, but it's right above Texas. That's cap. That's cap. Okay. Yo, I'm so bad at geography. It's right above Dallas. Texas is a tough place, but Ableton is definitely Texas. What were we talking about at
Texas?
first?
Where's Indiana?
What is Indiana?
Where's Indiana?
I know where Indiana is. It's by Illinois. I know America.
All right. I was just testing you. You know, I wanted to call. I wanted to call Cap. I want to see you fail. You really passed. So shout out to you, bro.
Don't shout out to me because you wanted to see me fail.
No, I did. I
So
mean,
you trying to
I
bring me
wanted
down?
What were we talking about in the first place? I completely lost.
Pro Tools guys are smart. You got it.
We take ourselves very serious. Shout out to Austin Sexton. What?
Just a random shout.
Just a random shout out to.
Shout out to Garav.
Shout out to Garav.
Speaking of smart, you know, I was actually thinking about running by the two of you.
What?
Interesting topic for today, actually.
What?
I'm wondering how necessary do you think audio schools are in today's music creation climate?
You know what's
Is
funny?
there an audio school in Oklahoma or something? I'm trying to find out.
That'd be crazy.
Well, what's funny is I like that because I think you're saying that because of the clip that we had recently posted a while ago.
Yes, yeah.
That I seen that clip kind of like people were really into it. People was writing dissertations, bro,
OD.
on audio schools and
With
like
the on the LJ and
on the LJ and decap episode. Yeah, it was funny.
I was
is
very sensitive about that.
a lot of people were. You know what? You know who I found out to be very sensitive and who I seen who was happy about their school education? SAE kids.
Oh yes.
All the kids they was happy about it. But so my question is, how much?
Towns.
Jay, can you tell me how much SAE costs to finish a whole, their program, their engineering program? Because all the people that went to SAE, I'm not gonna lie, they were like, yo, I loved what SAE was worth it. Huh?
Oh wow.
Huh? The cost to attend SAE Institute ranges from 20 to 40,000, depending on the qualification. But the meeting is 25,000 a year.
All right, let's look at inflation. How much did Full Sail cost you a year?
Oh, I didn't want to go here. I want to say 48
A year?
Golly.
to finish the program.
You got those
No, so
scholarships?
12 a year.
I didn't get no scholarship.
How many years
Golly.
was you there?
I don't think I did.
You're incredible.
40
Must have
You're
been a great,
incredible.
Must have been a great
Wait,
time
how much
back
you paid
then.
at Full Sail?
We're gonna edit this, but yes, sir. And that wasn't
Spread
including
across
all
how many
the.
years? 4 years?
It's what?
You
It's
had
a
the
year.
BA. You had the BA.
accelerated.
I was accelerated. So 2 years will give
20
you a
months.
BA.
It was 20 months for
1
us.
year give you an associate's.
Yep.
Okay.
So what were you in? You was in the BA program?
The BSc program, Bachelor of Film Science.
Yeah. So the 2 years. So
Yeah.
you was at Full Sail for 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow. You went to Full Sail for 2 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Full education.
You sure
Agree.
enjoy that.
For sure.
I had mine, but when I left, it jumped up to there was no more associate program. It was straight BA,
The BA.
for recording arts. They jumped it. Okay. It's so funny, and I'm gonna be very careful because this is a very serious topic.
Delicate topic.
A delicate topic to me because I want to be responsible about it, and I also don't want us to talk about audio schools in a sense of like straight up no or straight up yes or I want to give people information or give an opinion that is unbiased and perspective from both sides. I want to make that very clear for all of us and stuff like that. I went to audio school. Courtney went to audio school.
The same school,
Same
but for
school.
a different platform.
And I like this. Levens didn't go. LJ didn't go to.
I did. I dropped out, but I did go.
You didn't go to audio school.
Yes, I did.
You went to a business school.
No, I didn't. I went to a music-focused school.
What was your major?
I had music, technology, entrepreneurship, and production.
Wow, you did do
MTech,
that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did go to school for music. How much was that program?
40 a year.
Roughly the same. Wow.
I dropped out though.
Golly.
Yo, you didn't drop out, bro. You said you
took a different path.
I dropped. It's like, you know how people
You had
say,
other opportunities.
You know what it is? It's like how people say, I ain't broke up, she broke, I'm up.
Who says that?
Okay.
Was that made in FL Studio right there? Because
That
gosh,
sounds-
that was
You
just
said no?
you
She
kids.
broke, I'm up.
No,
No?
stop trying to make it work. Trying to make
But
it
it's
work.
like, you're up and she's...
You're still trying to make it
broke,
work. You
alright,
put the
yeah.
sound goodizer on that. No, it still
You
doesn't
put the
sound
sound
That was
goodizer on
good.
that.
Still doesn't sound good. Still sounds like shit. Audio schools.
Sound shit, Isaac?
You're stupid.
Wow.
So let me rewind a little bit. When it comes to audio schools, why the hell did I go to audio school?
Why did you go?
Okay. I went to audio school back in 2008. Go ahead and laugh. I'm old as hell.
Wait,
right?
you did that?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
2008.
I thought, in my head, it was like...
Yo, you seem distraught. You said, "Oh my god."
in my head, it was like 2011.
No, I was already working and shit by 2011, 12. Yeah. I was working already.
After.
How old am I? Do the math, kid.
How was the Cold War, bro?
The
Wow.
Cold-
That's crazy.
Damn,
But-
that's not that long ago, actually.
I'm kidding.
Like I think I was alive when the wall fell, right? Wow.
Wall is crazy. The Great Wall of China.
Not the Great Wall of China.
That's so deep.
The Great Wall of China fell, and like life got different. Yo, to
Life
give you
changed
that
after
information and you run with it is crazy. But
What you mean you want to go to the Great Wall of China?
stop. To say I was in audio school when the Berlin Wall fell is crazy. So, yeah, sorry. So, why I went to audio school? Back in the year.
The housing crew.
Shut up. You know my story. Shut up. So back in 2008, YouTube was basically just starting off, right? Yep. Literally Twitter. I remember Twitter coming out while I was in college.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Full Sail.
That's wow.
There was no videos. There was no YouTube information. There was no information on audio whatsoever. So being that it was no information on audio whatsoever and I wanted to learn engineering, I said, I saw an ad for a Full Sail on YouTube, ironically, which is wild.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, there's a school for, I couldn't believe that there was a school that was strictly for like audio engineering. So I dipped and went there because there was no information or barely any resources for me to actually pursue a career in music and stuff like that. So that's why I went.
Similar with me. I saw my school on an IG ad.
That's funny. They catch us because they know we kids. They know that's where we're at. Yeah.
I have a question.
What?
This is so unrelated, but it has to do with your story. If you had, and rest easy, if you had 30 seconds in a room all alone with just your fists and Bernie Madoff, what would you get off? Like, would you give him, never mind. All right. Courtney, why'd you go to audio school? What made you...
Yo, bro, you do drugs, bro. Like hard ones. That hits you later.
What drug is FL Studio? You see, we taking it somewhere else.
What the hell is wrong? Yo, that had nothing to do with absolutely nothing. I bet you people are crying, laughing. I know people are crying because they're like, wait, what the?
Because you said 08. Obviously, that was like the 2000s.
That was your the year 08 was the correlation?
Yeah, so it was like the 2000s. I felt like what he did possibly affected somebody you maybe had something to do with it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
He didn't mess up my audio journey. Bernie Madoff did not mess up my audio journey.
But he might have caused certain things to fall in the world that made your audio journey a little harder.
No,
right,
he didn't. I bought a flight. I got there, and that was it.
I'm saying maybe the flight tickets were a little higher because...
Courtney, if you don't help me out here and get me back,
I cannot believe
he destroyed
he just
everything.
asked you, what would you do? R.I.P. But let's say
R.I.P. He's definitely alive.
No, he's not.
He died?
Yes.
Bernie Madoff died? Yo, chill, stop laughing. Yo, I didn't know Bernie. Yo. Yes, he is. He didn't pass.
No, he died.
He didn't die.
He
Stop
died
laughing,
April
bro.
14th, 2021.
I didn't know Bernie Madoff passed.
Mid-pandemic. So rest in peace,
He
Bernie
passed in
Madoff.
jail?
Yeah, I had to be.
I didn't know
if
he
was
passed in
out.
jail.
This is the wildest
I ain't
episode
gonna lie,
ever,
this
ladies
is one of
and
those
gentlemen.
delete this episode vibes, bro. Y'all
Bro,
OD, bro.
not
Y'all
edit
took me
this, bro.
so
But
far
he
from this.
really just put you in a Super
Courtney,
Smash
why'd you go to
Bros.
school?
fight against Bernie Madoff.
And we talking about audio schools, bro.
But I just felt like, all right, Courtney, why'd you go to school, bro?
I went to school because I love my passion. I really do love my passion.
I love my passion.
I didn't want.
That was one of the worst things I've ever heard. I've never even heard someone put that sentence together. Nah, I went to school for audio because I love my passion. I love my passion.
I didn't want to fight Bernie Madoff.
The Bernie Madoff episode. That's the next one.
Yes,
I'm gonna call this episode
The
Bernie Madoff messed up
Special.
audio schools. How Bernie Madoff messed up audio schools. I'm a dead
Yo,
put
do
that.
that.
Oh
what you
my
call
gosh!
it?
Nah, I'm dead gonna put how Bernie Madoff messed up audio schools.
I definitely will say when it came to Full Sail, and also shout out LA Film School because you guys also do a lot of and the Los Angeles Recording School.
Yeah,
out-
Eldre
You
brought
guys
that up.
do a lot of
Shout out to 1500 Academy.
For sure.
And shout out.
Shout out.
That's
I'm
interested
the
in
one-
them.
if I had to endorse any school,
Right.
oh my goodness, because I have so much trust in Rance and that whole team. James
Yeah, me too.
Fauntleroy.
I do too.
It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
I agree.
Shout out to Stargate. I know they have a school out
Yeah.
there as well. I
Yeah.
don't remember the name.
You know what I'm finding to be a great alternative to schools right now.
Just those classes. They are schools, yes, but they're not accredited.
Right.
I like
Mastering.com. Master.com.
Ooh,
I'm a fan of what they're creating and building over there. I actually had the pleasure of actually doing some had like a little residency for a month with them, and bro, it was incredible.
Why don't
dog.
you invite me, bro?
Heck no, I'm never inviting you to that. I had a little residency with them, and I basically had a class, right, on Zoom, and basically I taught 2 weeks EQ, 2 weeks of compression. It was really dope. And basically the students were there, bro. These people were taking notes, and then what I would do is I would teach them a whole lesson, and then I would give them a Q&A. And the questions that these kids were asking, bro, literally they're asking the question that they're trying to figure out. Because here's my thing, and please let me get this off. When it comes to audio schools, right, what I think is important, and not saying this gets missed, is that people are there to accomplish different things, right? The audio school is pretty much primarily there to give you a general education of the entire thing. Important, right? Yeah. Understanding what an EQ is, what a compressor is. When I was in that class session with Master.com, for instance, I'm showing them a general thing, but then the kids have the opportunity to say, hey, so I got this kick, and I've been trying to do this. With what you taught me, how do I apply that? That's powerful. That's powerful. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I dropped out, man.
Closing the gap. No, and I hear you.
I felt like it wasn't any... It was just too... All right, so it was a multitude of reasons why I dropped out. I'm not going to go deep into it. But one of those reasons was because I felt like there was a certain emphasis on a sound, a genre, and a way of teaching that I wasn't a fan of.
Interesting.
I wasn't interested in. And even if I wasn't like interested in the sound, it's just the way y'all teach. I just wasn't taking anything away.
Okay.
And no disrespect to anybody that's over there, but that's what attracted me so much.
Was what?
And what started my relationship over with Ninth Wonder was because it felt like, all right, this is something that I can at least take a lot from.
Right.
Even not being a fully hip hop producer or whatever, I knew I was taking a lot that I can incorporate into my stuff instead of just doing like jazz classes and oral training for you know what I mean, rock or you know what I mean, certain funk and things like that. And I loved all those pieces, but the way they were just being taught, I felt wasn't for me,
for you,
and it wasn't. I'm not asking for a customized experience, but it just I don't know, it just wasn't there for me.
I get that.
It wasn't for me, and
it's too broad. You're saying
too broad, and it was also too what I hated, and I continue to talk about they did wrong. I noticed I didn't say anything about. I didn't say the school name or nothing.
Yeah.
But I wish there was a cohort system.
A cohort system?
Yeah.
With
because I should not have been in classes, or a lot of us who have been doing music for years, who have taken music theory classes.
You were in very basic
in classes with people who have never like
touched a keyboard,
who just want to produce and don't even have a DAW.
Right.
And I think we all have different journeys, and if they would have better grouped us, it would have made everything easy, and very easier and very just a better learning experience. Especially for $40,000 a year.
And okay, so here's the thing, right? If I know exactly, I say a lot of people that get into audio know exactly where they want to end up.
Yes.
Right? For the most part. Like if I went to Full Sail, I was like, I'm going to be recording and mixing. I'm here because I want to learn how to record and mix. That was my thing.
But then look at you. Like I agree with you. I feel like, but that's the importance of getting the overall general idea.
Sure.
Because even for me, going to Full Sail for film, I came into film loving editing.
Right.
And then I look at it a year in and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do editing. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of heavy lifting. I respect it, I understand what it's for.
But
I like the creative aspect. I like forming a shot. I like directing.
Right.
You know?
Screenwrite, like kind of,
Same way for you.
Right.
Your newfound, I would believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that your current newfound love and interest in music is mastering.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Mastering is so much harder to me than mixing right now. But I think I literally just this year got into a place mastering where I'm like, oh,
yep,
I think I got something.
I know what happened.
Which is crazy.
I know what happened. Shout out to Nico. You bought that Dangerous 2 Bus Plus.
Oh my gosh, that Dangerous 2
Shout out
Bus
Dangerous
Plus,
Audio.
That put some stank on my whole stereo master bus. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. So here's my thing, and I want to be responsible about it. Schools, as far as where I went to school it cost me a lot of money, right? At the time, that was necessary. I appreciate my education from Full Sail because
There was no access.
there was no access, and I got the greatest general education of audio in the world. When I left that school, I knew how to solder cables. I understood electronics. I understood SSLs, Neves, microphone, polar patterns. I had such a great general understanding of everything.
Like the Harvard of audio.
It is. That's what it was considered at that time. So I appreciate it for that, right?
For sure.
Because I was the type of person I said, I want to know everything about it. Now, with these newfound institutions, people are getting access to, listen, I'm here for literally just this thing. And I want you to
specify their courses.
you can be more specific with your stuff and save a lot of money.
And time.
And time doing that. And say, for instance, if you're just an enthusiast and you can, bro, there's so much information on YouTube. And I know we complain about information on YouTube. It's like there's so much bad information. I hear you. But there's also a shitload of amazing information. I think there's more good information on YouTube that I pull from every day than there is absolute garbage.
And also, to be realistic, too. What's the word? Students of the craft. Just because someone is paid or regulated by the United States as a career to teach you this stuff doesn't mean that you also can't be fed misinformation.
That's very true too.
And it doesn't mean that what they're saying is wrong, but
Right.
it just may not be for you or what you're trying to do.
I can understand that.
You know?
I can understand that. I think my only issue with audio schools as of right now is how expensive it is, and the reason why
The gap between how worth the worth of the course versus the cost of the course.
Exactly. And I'll clean that up even more for you. When I pay that money for however much I paid, and we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not talking about if it's only a couple $1,000s, which shout out to Master.com. It's affordable. It's very affordable. Freaking, when it comes to the degree, dog, I am $50K in debt now. And I am, like I said in the other clip, I'm going to work for free. Like, 90% of people are not going out of audio school college and jumping into a six-figure gig job.
No,
Who? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just not happening. Like, we're literally coming out of college and working with clients and literally working for free for so long. But we all know how loans work. After 6 months, they are knocking at your door. They're like, yo, you got to start paying back. It's like, fam, I'm not making no money. I'm working. Chances are you're working at, and this is no shade.
No shade.
Guitar centers. There's not many jobs, like brick and mortar jobs for like audio people, professionals, right? Like, it's not like you got to really just kind of get in when you finish. So when it comes to audio schools, I'm not saying that it's a total loss, but I'm also saying that investigate what you really want to do, especially with the ease of access of things like YouTube.
Don't take that for granted.
Don't take YouTube for granted. Don't take these newfound institutions and courses that you see online for granted. They're there, and some of them are really, really good. Find what works for you and go for it. Dude, I remember when I was on, and this is what inspired me, when I was on Mastering.com, for instance, when I was doing the stuff with the people, I seen a dude literally put his kid, like with the babysitter, and then come back to the computer. Like a stay-at-home dad. And I was like, that right there, that's fire. Because he doesn't need to move to no place. He doesn't have to walk. He can do it in the comfort of his home and learn this. And you know how it is. You can do that. You can learn a lot from sitting at that computer.
Of course.
Sure, hands-on stuff, yeah, I understand. But even back then in 2008, for me, mixing in the box was a conversation. Now, of course you can mix in the box. But back then,
practicality.
you need an SSL to be real. Like, to keep it real, to compete in this industry, you need an SSL or a need.
Yeah.
That was back then. But now it's like, no. I'm seeing some people in bedrooms murder this thing, you know? So I think that the world has changed.
Absolutely.
And I think that I would like audio schools to kind of help change with us. You understand what I'm saying? In that regard.
Generation of these new smaller
Institutions?
audio, yes, because whoa, they got it. They figured they doing it right.
Who you talking about?
And I'm talking about the 1500 Academy.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about Stargate School.
right.
I'm talking about
It's production focused too, right?
like Stargate's. Both of them are. There's both. There's audio. There's production only. They have online course. Like they did it right. Bro.
Right.
I would have rather. Well, I would never say that because I value my time I spent in college That was very important to me. I don't think I'd be here without that year. Just
Right.
off of the people I've met.
Networking.
Yeah.
And can I say something? That is literally the biggest thing I took from Full
It
Sail.
was worth that 40 minutes.
It was,
Networking.
and I'm not gonna lie, in that
Networking.
regard,
The
worth it.
The money was worth it.
The
in
money
that
was worth
aspect
it,
for
'cause
sure.
the people I met-
out of college, remember?
Yeah, facts. Like, well, we're not getting into that. Because who I met at school, I'm not gonna lie, that's the one thing I will say.
Same.
As far as
Literally
being,
same, actually.
being
So-
in an environment of all audio people and going to school every day.
Yep.
Dog, that was. I can't even explain to you the connections and the relationships that I made at audio school. So in that regard, I do feel that sense of is a heavier sense of community.
There's always something to be learned.
Yeah.
And it just depends on where you go. In terms of, there's actually one thing I want to speak to specifically about Levens is how he attacked his experience with it. Because it's a very important thing, especially in, I'm really about to get deep, politically, kind of low key, but in a safe way.
Okay.
America's a really good, really amazing country when it comes to how fundamentals can be taught. A lot of people come here and say, bro, the way I'm taught here, I couldn't be taught that way back home. Like things were, me and Levens especially, our parents coming from off the boat, I'm like not to be like that, but just to say,
my dad took American Airlines here. First of all, no, I'm kidding.
off the plane, my but in Jamaica, in Haiti, in a lot of the Caribbean, in a lot of other countries, it's like what we see as being reprimanded for getting things wrong. It's really severe. Like, and just not to throw shade on any other countries, to each his own. How you handle teaching is one thing, but America has revolutionized a lot of how knowledge is passed on, and how what we're really good at saying we notice is that everyone learns differently, and that's very true. Teaching is definitely it's a really underrated skill.
Yes.
And
Teaching.
it means a lot. Like I find I'll pay the fuck out of a teacher that is able to communicate to multiple
effectively.
different students
Right.
one lesson effectively than just someone that's trying to say, oh, we're gonna work off of a syllabus that's created
Right.
to just have to work for every kid. It doesn't really work like that. It
Right.
doesn't work like that.
I get that.
Everyone
Sure,
learns
yeah.
differently.
Okay.
Shout out to even though I said I dropped out, I still graduated from the University of YT. Shout out to my teacher, my professor,
YT.
Professor Terrell,
Professor T,
Wayne,
Professor T,
Professor Cap,
Professor Cap,
Professor Cap. I feel you.
Professor Dre.
Professor Dre.
That's such a wild way to think
Professor
about YouTube University.
Servita.
It's like who's the teachers on the campus? Is you got me, you got
Professor Monopoly.
Warren Hort, you
Professor
got
Monopoly, Professor Kyle Beats.
Kyle Beats. You got a bunch of people that just teaching us. I'm not gonna lie, and it is.
Professor Beats could be a bunch of Professor K Beats, Kenny Beats, Kyle Beats.
All right, enough
Professor
of you.
Busy
We
Beats.
really got to give YouTube.
Beats.
Busy Works Beats.
I'm not gonna lie. We really got to give YouTube its flowers.
No,
because
for sure. There's a
YouTube-
community here that's incredible at teaching.
YouTube has
Thank you for being
truly
a part of that, by
yeah,
the way.
yeah, no doubt.
Yo, can I tell you something? Professor Leslie.
Bradford?
Ryan Leslie.
Okay.
All that.
You got it. You got it. No,
No,
Yeah, no, I'm not
for
shitting
sure.
on that.
I know it was just
For sure.
it wasn't really a lecture. It was more of a just observation.
Yeah.
He kills it.
Yeah,
No,
he
he
killed
spoke
it. He
that.
definitely gave us a lot. What
Spoke
I was gonna say was, education-wise, we don't give the YouTube community enough flowers because, bro, that has taught and changed the lives
A lot.
of so many people,
lot of
myself included. Because a lot of the things I've learned post-school was
From
I'm not gonna lie,
YouTube.
was
It's the same thing for all of us in this room.
Yeah, facts. So shout out to everybody that's contributing to that. I think to wrap this up, I think if you are a person that's trying to learn audio, learn production, learn music, you have more options than ever to
For sure.
get into it, to figure it out. Whether that's the school route, which is expensive, the pros of that, networking is insane
For sure.
at a school. You get hands-on touching analog gear and stuff like that you
For
never
sure.
would be able to touch. Pros of the other institutions that's like online courses and stuff like that, like the Mastering.coms. Dude,
YouTube,
way
YouTube.
cheaper, way cheaper. Still getting a little bit of a sense of a community, especially with the way they have it set up with town halls and stuff like that, which is really dope. And just being able to work on your own time, be at home, and being able to learn this stuff from the comforts of your home for a way more affordable price.
Can I tell you the biggest pro too?
What?
It's funny because this is the first episode. Feels like we've been very united today.
For sure.
But YouTube University is one of the few institutions you can actually learn FL Studio.
I was going to say
also
next.
true. That's also true,
YouTube.
There's so many You just said it. We have so many. This is not 2008.
It's not.
Ooh, good one. Liked it.
Shout out Bernie.
Shout out Bernie Madoff.
Shout out
No,
Bernie
don't shout out
Madoff.
Bernie Madoff. We wildin'. But we are gonna get packed for that, right? Yeah, so what is that? How Bernie Madoff ruined audio schools?
Yeah,
I think
audio
that's a
schools.
great episode idea. And on that, you know what? We ended this. But yeah, last thing I'll say is shout out to YouTube. The thing about YouTube is it's the Wild Wild West. There's a ton of information, but you do have to cipher through and filter
for
it
sure.
yourself and figure it out, and that can be tough. But what I say is look at the big guys or girls like the Mixed by Ali's, the Jason Joshua's, the Dave Posados as your North Star to kind of like, this is how they are doing it. I always say follow the people that are killing it, doing it. And also what I like about it is if I say, yo, this is how I got this mix, if you like the way it sounds and want this sound, who's to say I'm wrong?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
How can you say this is the wrong way to mix it? If you like the way this sounds right now, this mix, then how can you really say I'm wrong?
No,
Shout out
you can't.
Inbox. Come on.
Inbox
But
Studio.
It's it's important that you filter.
Yeah.
You can't believe everyone.
Not
There's
everyone.
Even and this is we gonna laugh. This is a double entendre. We were saying Bernie the whole time. He promised high returns. People died, ended up in debt.
This has
People
been
lost
the
their
My
cribs.
Audio Nerds podcast, the podcast for audio nerds like yourself. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Also, you destroyed that.
Bernie take off.
Please comment, like, subscribe. Rosetta EQ. If you leave a review, put your @name in there, and you get a free copy. I'm out of here. I'm Devvon Terrell. I use Avid Pro Tools. To the left of me,
Bernie
to the right of me.
Courtney Taylor, don't go fighting Bernie Madoff, y'all.
Oh my God! Why are we saying Bernie's name so much? Hey, we're out of here. Just cut us out of here. Don't say Behringer. Don't say Behringer. Don't say Bernie Behringer. EQ. EQ.